Hey guys, it's Maddie. And so somebody told me the other day, in regards to my transition, they said, well, if that's what's going to make you happy, or if whatever makes you happy, then you should go for it. And I kind of want to take a minute to address that because I kind of disagree. And I may catch some hell for saying this, but transitioning genders is not going to make you happy. And I know what you're thinking already, so let me explain. Let's take the case of, let's throw gender out the window for just a second, and let's take the case of something else. Let's talk about money. So, having a lot of money doesn't necessarily make you happy. There's a lot of very wealthy people who are quite miserable, to be honest with you, and then there's a lot of people who don't have any money at all and are very happy. And so I think transitioning genders is a lot like this, and the fact that transitioning genders because that you feel like you're in the wrong body, and then all of a sudden, if you have the right body, that's going to make you happy. I think that you are in for a very rude awakening as you go through this process, because that's simply not the case. In fact, I would make the argument that transitioning genders in and of itself is going to bring you a lot more pain and misery than you ever imagined in your life. Take my case for example. I have I have lost, it seems like, some family, and that hurts me a lot. I still, I cry about it every night before I go to sleep. It hurts, and that's brought a lot of pain to my life that I didn't have that before. I never had those problems in my family. It could potentially bring about a lot of problems at your job. For me, going to work the first time as myself was a horror show all by itself. And so it could potentially bring a lot of suffering and pain and misery to your life that you didn't have before. And so that's kind of the way that I feel about it. But so then why transition at all, do you ask? Why am I transitioning genders? Why am I doing this? And it's because the fact that while transitioning genders isn't going to make you happy, it's going to free you up to where you have the opportunity to find happiness. And that's the way that I look at it, because ultimately your life is going to be what you make of it, right? But for me, the way that I was before, living as a guy, I was so miserable and so unhappy and so ashamed of myself, and not confident and just, miserable in the body that I was given, that it held me back from society. I feel like it kept me from participating in things that I normally would have participated in, and it was like dragging around a 100-pound weight behind me all the time, and I just could not participate and engage the way that I knew that I should be able to. And all that was because of my confidence issues and things related to me having the wrong body. So when I transitioned, the fact that I all of a sudden had the right body, or still don't quite have the right body, but I'm getting there, we're getting there. The fact that I have a more right body doesn't make me, any more happier in and of itself. Yes, I do feel more comfortable the way that I am now. I like looking in the mirror every day and seeing a more feminine body, a more feminine face staring back at me. So those things do make me happy, but it doesn't find you happiness in life. It doesn't all of a sudden give you a ton of friends. It doesn't give you the greatest life in the world. You still have to go out and make those things for yourself. Just the fact that you are changing your body does not, grant you everything in life that you've ever wanted. It's still up to you to go out and make what you want out of your life. And so I think a lot of people are under the impression that just because they get on hormones or they have surgery, that all of a sudden their life is just going to be so much better and so much happier. And while it might be to a certain degree, your life still isn't going to be any better, the quality of it, until you go out and pursue those things that you weren't able to pursue before. Gender dysphoria is a very powerful feeling. And I could describe it a whole host of ways. Previously, I've described it as like spending your whole life writing with the wrong hand. Like I'm right-handed, and if you tried to write with your left hand, or in my case, my left hand, it's uncomfortable, it's hard, I have to concentrate really hard on it, and it doesn't look that good, it's not successful. That's one way that I've described what gender dysphoria is like. You could also describe it as like living your whole life wearing your shoes on the wrong feet, where it's just uncomfortable, and it's that constant thing in your life and presence that is not right, and it's bothersome. Or like an old radio that you have to like tune manually, and you find a station that you like, but you just can't quite get the dial set perfect to where it comes in clear, and you have like this background like staticky interference. It kind of feels like that a little bit a lot of times. Gender dysphoria in itself is a powerful feeling. And because of it, it stops you from being a successful, productive member of society a lot of times. It prevents you from being the real you and from showing that and sharing that to the world, which, that's being yourself is the greatest gift that you could ever give the world, because too many people are too afraid to be themselves. So it's very refreshing when somebody is willing to step up and say, consequences be damned. This is me, this is who I am, and I don't apologize for it. Fixing that problem and making the dysphoria go away by slowly, getting the right body, or having surgery, or getting on hormones, or living your life as the opposite gender, really free you up and give you the opportunity to be comfortable with who you are so that you can live a fulfilling and productive life. And that's why I think that so many people have it wrong. They think that just because they transition, all of a sudden they're going to have a great life, and then they don't have a great life, and then they regret their transition because it didn't give them what they thought they wanted. They were always seeking something else. But you have to realize that, sure, it's going to do a lot for you transitioning, but in and of itself, it isn't going to find you happiness. It's not going to make you new friends. You still have to go out and do that. It's not going to find new opportunities for you. You still have to go out and do that. You're still responsible for you and for your life. And I don't know, that's been on my mind a lot today, and I kind of wanted to make that clear, because I think a lot of people maybe don't put enough thought into transitioning, that like these like trans trenders and things that I've heard of. They just do it because they think it's cool. They don't put enough thought into it and realize the real implications of transitioning, if I could talk. They don't realize the real implications of transitioning and what it's actually going to do to their life, and how it's still going to be up to them at the end to make it a fulfilling and successful life. And so, I'm not saying that people shouldn't transition by any means. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's something that a lot of thought should be put into it. And I think most people, the majority of people, do it for the right reasons, and they have my full support. But I think there are some people out there who do it just for the novelty of it and to draw attention to themselves or whatever. And, you have to be careful. You can really do a lot of harm to yourself and to your life if you are one of those people and you're doing it for that reason. But anyways, that's really all I have for you guys today. It's a quick video. It's just been on my mind a lot, and I wanted to kind of get it off my chest and share how I felt about that. If you like these videos and you want to see more updates, and as I produce more content and you don't want to miss any of it, hit that subscribe button down below, and it will give you notifications every time I upload a new video. Also, if you want to send me mail, I have a P.O. box. You can send letters, fan art, packages, whatever, and I'll open them all right for you guys here on the videos on the channel. And if you send art, like, I'll hang it behind me and stuff so you can see your stuff in the videos. It's P.O. Box 6103, Lubbock, Texas 79413, and you can make those packages out to Madison, Kate, and I'll be happy to open them up for you guys right here. Other than that, that's pretty much all I have. So until next time, be kind and make good choices.